Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. And a look at the starters for the Bulls. Geddy and White pair to make the backcourt. Smith out there with Buzelis. And it's Dosunmu in at the small forward position. And for Minnesota, Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo, then it's Julius Randle, and it's Garza in at the center, filling out the middle. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Now here's Randle. The 3, DiVincenzo, book it, and it's Randle with the assist.
And the three-point shot of DiVincenzo is dangerous. Defense cannot allow him to get airspace from there.
Outside White. And he lobs it up to the rim. The shot by Buzelis is no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Yep, that one's good.
Well, that's a nice play. DiVincenzo's a bankable jump shooter from just about any range.
And here's Geddy. Outside White. A little mid-range shot is up. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Grant, how about Coby White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Coby played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Dosunmu, the pass to Geddy, and stolen by Edwards. Fast break, Minnesota. Three-pointer. Counted from distance.
Boy, Edwards doing a nice job excelling in transition. Has a really good understanding of how to feel the lane and get where he needs to be.
Smith outside. This one for 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
The putback. Here's Garza. Up and over Smith. Garza's shot is good.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
Geddy against DiVincenzo. Pass to Buzelis. Oh, he cranks it down. Right on Anthony Edwards. Goodness.
And in this action, the pick and roll, Buzelis is becoming really good at reading the defense.
And so Randle will bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 5-point game. Oh, there's the alley. And Edwards slams it in.
Textbook and perfectly executed that alley-oop for Edwards.
Dosunmu on the wing. Picked by Smith. Another 3 for Chicago.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The Timberwolves lead by 4. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Geddy finds Smith. Here's Buzelis. Smith with a screen on Randle. Here's Buzelis. McDaniels with the rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Everything working for them inside so far, guys. Tons of high-quality shots that they're knocking down inside.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
Free throw good, McDaniels. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And that just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
The length that McDaniels brings gives him an advantage against the smaller defender, sometimes drawing a foul like he did there.
The first one falls, and he might not blow you away with numbers, but there's a reason why McDaniels is on the floor so often, Clark.
Hey, B.A., I love his versatility at both ends of the floor. He knows exactly what's needed from him by his team. He gives it to him. He doesn't need a lot of touches. He just plays the game. Love his motor, love his consistency. He is the epitome of a value-utility guy.
White can't hit. The Timberwolves lead by 9. On the wing, Alexander Walker. He's covered by Dosunmu. McDaniels from long range. Chicago with a rebound. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Dosunmu goes in. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Now here's Alexander Walker. He's guarded closely. Randle can't hit. Geddy with it. That'll count. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. It's Minnesota leading by 7. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Bulls trail by 7. On the court for the Bulls, Geddy and White pair to make the backcourt. Buzelis out there with Ayo Dosunmu. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 down low.
What an amazing trick shot to confound the defender. Oh, man, that's awesome. He's taking him to school right there.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
For Chicago, Josh Geddy, 1 shot.
One shot. You know, Clark, over the past few seasons, we've seen a historic amount of 20-point-per-game scorers in the league.
And that's a function, B.A., of the overall skill level being at its all-time high in league history in my mind, but also the pace of play, the way the game is played, three-point shooting, there's scoring, there's more scoring, so more guys are scoring. And I think on top of that, it's a little easier to score because of how the game is played and officiated. It's tilted a little more in favor of the offense for the entertainment value of point production. So hard to challenge these shots, I mean, especially against the better shooters.
Geddy against Conley. Here he goes. Uses the glass on the layup.
Timely cut by Conley. He took off the moment he saw that opportunity open up.
White on the wing. Here's the pick. Over Edwards. Here's Buzelis. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You gotta work harder on the glass.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks.
Well, we're still getting to know Buzelis a bit, but his game, I'll tell you this, he's got a sweet shot.
Edwards against White. Shoots from the elbow. Gobert. And it's cleared by Vucevic. The Bulls trail by 4.
Well, Mattis Buzelis certainly has good size, but what catches my eye are his skills. He can handle the ball and make smart decisions on the floor, which is so important for a rookie.
And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
First one falls for him. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Garza's checked in for Gobert. Julius Randle comes in for Reed. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And it's DiVincenzo in for Conley. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Outside Edwards. DiVincenzo with a screen on White. It's good from the top of the key. Edwards got 7 now in this quarter.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Here's White, tipped. Outside McDaniels. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle. Randle's got 3 assists in the game.
Attacking right away. McDaniels wasting no time there.
Now here's Geddy. They set a pick. And that one good. Geddy's got 5. Minnesota leading by 5. Here's Randle. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Pass to Geddy. And here's White. Takes the 3. Good. 3rd basket in 6 attempts.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Outside McDaniels. Now Randle. 1:16 left in the first half of basketball. 2 points. That one goes.
Terrific body control by Randle. An and one machine.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Mike Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves. And that one misses. Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And, yeah, they're excited, and for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
Here's Buzelis. Checked by Randle. Vucevic, the pass to Geddy. Picked by Vucevic. Releases. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Minnesota's gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second. Here's McDaniels. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Picked by Vucevic. Dosunmu, the pass to Geddy. Pass to Buzelis. Clock at 6. And the bucket is good. Buzelis has got 10 points.
Just good, aggressive play by Buzelis, not shying away from some physicality inside.
Conley. And there's the rejection. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 1. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
And get ready for the big half-court shot drums. We're taking it off the side.
second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Then it's Julius Randle. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Garza in at the center position. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. And here's Edwards outside. Chicago with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
DiVincenzo against Geddy. Soft touch off the glass. Geddy's got 7 points in the game.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He's got 5. Back to Randle. About a minute played here in the second half. Can't get it to fall. Now here's Geddy. 7 points in the game, and the shot goes in. And now a 3-point Chicago lead.
You know, you just love to start the second half this way. What a play call.
Yeah, they want to get the half off to a quick start, and they know who to go to.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. White can't hit. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Outside, DiVincenzo. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Rise and fire. DiVincenzo does not lack confidence going right up with the shot.
And from what we've seen so far in his career, Anthony Edwards wants to be that guy in crunch time, Clark.
Yeah, I love his mentality. Not only in that he wants to be the guy, but he also wants to elevate his teammates. And he plays the game with an exuberance and a joy and a freshness that is, you know, quite good to see. But I like his attack mentality and his willingness to step into leading his team by example at both ends of the floor.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. Minnesota's gone 6 of 9 from three-point range. There's a screen. Alexander Walker with it, guarded by Vucevic.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
Up top, White, guarded by Edwards. Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Vucevic, covered by Alexander Walker. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Oh! Edwards finishes the break.
Well, that's Edwards on both ends. First the D with the steal, then he's able to finish off the break solo.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And Geddy has got the ball here for Chicago, trailing by 2. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Vucevic, a screen on Edwards. White can't hit.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. That sends Julius Randle to the free throw line. Ayo Dosunmu picks one up. This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one. The free throw drops for Randle. And Chicago has possession. It's a 5-point game. Geddy against DiVincenzo. Geddy passes to Vucevic. The shot's good on the assist by Geddy.
Now that is a terrific cut to the basket by Vucevic. I mean, really excelling in the pick and roll set.
Here's Randle. Count it. Randle's got 9. A minute 20 left in the third quarter. DiVincenzo against Geddy. Vucevic, a screen on Edwards. Here's White. And again, it's Chicago. Minnesota leading by 3. Randle deciding where to go with it. Here's Edwards. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Ayo Dosunmu picks one up.
So much confidence coming from Anthony Edwards. You can just see it. This is a guy who knows he belongs in the league and is hungry to be great.
Free throw good, Edwards. And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch him, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Coby Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it.
Now here's Geddy. There's the double team with Alexander Walker. 3 on the clock. And it's Geddy missing.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Outside Edwards. 12 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Puts it up from 12. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Edwards has got 6 in the quarter.
And despite the defender's length, he goes right up from the mid-range.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. And more NBA action on 2K. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Bulls, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Nikola Vucevic, Josh Geddy out there with Buzelis. Then there's Ayo Dosunmu, and it's White in at the point. Vucevic, a screen on Conley. To the paint. And it's Vucevic, that time on the assist by White.
You know, Nikola Vucevic, guys, just goes to work when he gets an opportunity to score. I mean, he's a very, very polished offensive player.
Reed sets a screen. Here's Edwards. And it's Geddy with a rebound.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
Here's White. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out. It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Look at again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Vucevic, the pass to Geddy. Count it, and one. He'll have a chance at a three-point play. It goes on Mike Conley. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Minnesota?
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
Here's Randle. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Randle, a screen on White. DiVincenzo, pass to Garza. Outside McDaniels. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
A guy who wants to make a big impact. McDaniels is just going off.
Geddy against DiVincenzo. Vucevic, a screen on DiVincenzo.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
That free throw good from Geddy. That one's no good. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Pass to Edwards. To the middle. Here's Garza. He can't get it to go. Vucevic with some nice D. Chicago has gone 5 of 8 from outside the three-point line in this one. Vucevic, a screen on McDaniels. Dosunmu goes in. And a two-handed jam!
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Pass to Edwards. Slams it in.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Chicago trailing here. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. White drives in. Nice shot there, making him 8 for 13. Coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
And that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
Here's Edwards. Oh, Edwards just bullying his way inside.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Dosunmu. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
Woo-hoo! Yes, DiVincenzo. What a gamer. Somebody who lives for these kind of big moments. Watch out.
Here's Geddy. It falls! And that one brings them within 1.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Now here's Edwards. Not a lot of room. McDaniels from long range. And knocks down the 3.
Zayden McDaniels Daniels, what a moment. Huge bucket there.
Pass to Buzelis. The three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And an intentional foul right there.
First team foul.
Three-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Second team foul. At the line for Minnesota.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. And he's unable to get the second one. And Geddy has got the ball here for the Bulls. The swim move for 3. And he sinks it. And he's brought them within 2 points now. And Minnesota with possession here. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 4-point ball game.
A productive trip to the line right there makes this a 2-possession game.
Timeout called, the Bulls. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
From deep. The shot by Buzelis is no good.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Fifth team foul. At the line for the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards. Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. And stolen by Edwards. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
And you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
Simply delaying the inevitable here. I mean, at this point, even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left.
And he does get the second one, and that'll put him up by 9.
He might not have made them all, but I tell you what, he made enough of them to put this one out of reach.
And that one's good. Geddy. So it's Minnesota picking up the win. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game, but they overcame every one.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Dante, you won state titles in high school, 2 national titles at Villanova, and now a growing role in the NBA. What has been the secret to your success?
My ability to adapt. Different teams, different dynamics of different teams, and just my ability to adapt to that team and fit.
Sky's the limit, guys.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And now, time for our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.